Last week, New York City unveiled a much talked about anti-gridlock traffic program, which, if it makes it here, could be coming soon to a city near you, as Mo Rocca explains.
New York traffic. Excuse me, I'm walking here. I know, you've heard that line before.
I'm walking here.
But by some measures, New York's traffic is more congested than it's ever been. Enter congestion pricing. Since last Sunday, during most hours, cars crossing into the lower half of Manhattan are charged $9. There's a higher toll for trucks. 1,400 cameras keep tabs on the roughly 150,000 commuters entering the zone by car.
If we can just impact on a proportion of those people, we can make a difference and make it a much better place for everyone.
Jano Lieber heads the MTA, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, which runs New York's sprawling subway, bus, and commuter rail systems.
We're wasting a ton of money, literally billions of dollars, according to our business leaders, having people stuck in traffic.
The haul from congestion pricing will go largely to the MTA to improve mass transit.
That means we're going to raise somewhere between $500 million and $800 million a year.
The pricing idea began in 1952 and gained traction in the early 2000s, but there have been a lot of bumps in the road.
Congestion pricing now!
There were lawsuits and protests for and against.
No more tax on driver back!
New Jersey drivers were none too happy.
It feels to me like it's a punishment.
They already pay more than $15 in bridge and tunnel tolls to get into the city. Singapore began congestion pricing in 1975, Stockholm in 2006, but New York based its plan on London's. Opponents in New York say this is just a cash grab, another tax that will hurt mainly working people. How long have you been driving a cab in New York?
Over 40 years.
John McDonough is also a playwright and radio host, and not a fan of the plan.
It will not reduce congestion here. The street designs of New York now, we have a bus lane on one side, we got a bike lane on the other, concrete barriers. So 10 cars gives you congestion.
But the money is going to go to improve public transport, and that helps everybody.
Oh, it does? We had a woman that was burned on the subway. We had people being pushed onto the tracks. There's robberies. And if you take the subway in New York, jumping the turnstile now is an Olympic sport.
It's called turnstile jumping, or more politely, fare evasion. And the MTA projects it will lose $800 million a year because of it, around the same figure congestion pricing may bring in. 47% of people taking the bus aren't paying at this point.
People quit paying on the bus fares, etc. The MTA has now installed cameras so that they can catch people. They are providing police. Even the National Guard is in our system to make sure that people pay their fare.
Kathy Wild is president of the Partnership for New York City, which mobilizes business leaders to help the city thrive. She's a longtime advocate for congestion pricing and has advice for other American cities.
You have to explain the benefits clearly. You have to have transit options in most cases. Otherwise, it's just another tax, because if somebody has no choice, they're going to resist.
So other cities maybe have to work on that first?
The lesson from London, they put in 200 new bus routes before they turned on congestion pricing. And that was how they got the public to accept it. They had a choice.
It's hard to tell how it's working after a week, but
we're very excited that in just a few days of congestion pricing, we're seeing a significant reduction in traffic already.
Yet the battle may not be over in New York. Among its opponents, once and future President Donald Trump. Kathy Wild isn't worried, though.
President Trump has property in New York. He, I'm sure, has been stuck in traffic more than a few times here, and I think having New York be a more productive city, I think he'll appreciate it.